Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the Proto half-inch drive mini air impact wrench. This claims to have 635 foot-pounds of breakaway torque with a free speed of 10,000 RPMs, coming in at 2.8 pounds and at 4.4 inches in length. So let's take a look at what comes in the box. It's very plain packaging. It's made in Taiwan. Proto is owned by Stanley Black & Decker. It's one of their industrial lines of tools. And this is very plain packaging. You're not going to find this at your local home center. You might have to order this online, and there is an identical Mac Tools version of this. Mac Tools is also owned by Stanley Black & Decker. And so when we break the seal, you can see what comes in the box here. We've got the tool. We've got a clip. Flip open the cardboard, and we've got the instruction manual. If we set that aside, on the instruction manual here, we've got impact sockets. That's an extra bit of advertising from Proto. They sell a full line of impact sockets in 12-point and 6-point. So if you're interested in that, there's all the product numbers there. And then on the user manual for this, we've got your general safety instructions. Always wear safety glasses and be safe. Don't be stupid. We got our power settings, our specs. Now it's interesting that it appears like the same manual is being used for both the 3/8 and the half-inch drive model, because there's some specs here lines for the 3/8 drive and the differences between them. And then it looks like that clip going over the top that we saw right here. And this baggie is part number 207, which is described as a hanger. So if you wanted to use this in an overhead setting with a tether, you could use that to be able to hang it up. We also have this, I believe that would be Spanish. And then we also have it, or maybe that's French. That's probably French, and then we also have it in Spanish. And so one of the other bits of here, just to make sure that we're on the same page. Inject the tool with 1 to 3 grams of grease every 100 to 200 cycles. Applications vary, and grease may need to be applied more in colder climates. In other words, we want to keep our tool lubricated. We have a warranty registration card. Send that in. There's no postage included on the registration card. Wish they would have made that postage prepaid. And now when we look at our tool, this is, it's got our silica packet here to help reduce moisture. And our tool, and you can see just compared to the size of my hand, how well this fits in it and doesn't extend any farther than necessary. This is one of the reasons why I was wanting the Proto tool. It's nice and small and compact. And on the back, we can see the half-inch impact size, so we know exactly what we're working with here. And that we want to have a maximum PSI of 90. And you can see right here is where our clips would go in for the hanger. And we have our anvil. And if you look at the bottom, this does not include a plug. If you're working with air tools, you know there's more than one type of plug, whether you've got the automotive style or the industrial style plug. There's also the exhaust here out of the bottom. And so we'll have to go ahead and add our own plug to this to be able to use this. Okay, so now to finish my setup here, I went ahead and added my air fitting here. I've got one with a ball swivel on it. This makes it nice to keep the hose out of the way. And then I've got a 3/4 inch drive socket here. A depot, this is just a standard Craftsman socket. And so on the gauge here, we've got forward and reverse. So you can flip that here. It's easy if I'm right-handed, it's right in the position for my thumb. If I'm left-handed, you flip it around, you can see it over there. So even if you're using it left-handed, this is my left hand now, I can still switch it, so it still works ambidextrously. And the hanger, I'm just going to demonstrate this. I'm not going to actually use this. I don't know what I'll do with the clip. But this just goes over like that, and so then you could hang the tool like this from above, if you needed to have a pull down situation to be able to have the tool accessible. So now I'm going to hook this up to a 6-gallon air compressor, which is well below what you should be using, but I just want to be able to demonstrate the power of the gun. And so let me get the compressor set up, and we'll be back to use this on a set of lug nuts. Just so you can see what we're working with here, this is a 6-gallon Porter cable air compressor. Pretty typical compressor a lot of people have around. Nice and handy for some pneumatic nailers. And I've got the regulator side here on the right set to just about 80 psi. Remember the working pressure on the gun was a maximum 90. So we'll start with 80, and I've got a 3/8" diameter hose. And then now over here we've got a sound meter set up here, and I'll put this on a max setting. You can see while I'm talking, the average decibels is about 60, 65 decibels. Obviously, I'm not talking right in front of that. I'll set it here to be able to max out, and we'll see what the max reading is. So if I set this here on the max, it'll show me what the max reading is. I'm sure to be louder than that as we keep working. And then now, anytime you're using any air tools or any tools in general, always make sure you have a proper pair of safety glasses. On the side of the gun, I'm going to make sure I've got it in reverse. I'm going to give it just a quick little. Okay, so as you saw, after a couple just free pulls, my 6-gallon compressor had to come on. Again, you probably shouldn't use this with a 6-gallon, should have a bigger compressor. But I just want to demonstrate what this can do. And so now we're going to back this out. And out came the lug nut just like that. And our max decibel reading was 90 psi. And when I'm not free spinning the gun, the compressor didn't kick on, so I could probably pop a couple more of these out before it coming on. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stop right there. And so I hope you found this video useful on the Proto half-inch drive mini impact gun. And have a great day. Bye.